Soulja Boy too. Hopped up out the bed, turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, said what's up, what's up? Yeah, get money. Oh, hopped up out the bed, turn my swag on.
What's up? On ebonyplace.com. It's your boy Peter the Great. I'm here. Well, you know what? Instead of me telling you, let me show you who I'm here, who I'm going to interview today. Come on, follow me. It's the one and only, yes indeed, Mr. Collipark. This is how we do it. On ebonyplace.com. Check it out.
Turn my swag on. Yeah, my time to turn it up. Yeah.
ebonyplace.com. It's your boy Peter the Great. I'm here with one and only Mr. Collipark.
What's up?
Well, like I said again, this is how we do. This is like our 5th or 6th interview. We bringing you superstars. We bringing you pioneers, politicians. We doing it all, and we doing it big in One Ebony Place. We're gonna start it off by me telling everybody, I know this man from high school. Been knowing him for a long time. He raised us. This man used to make my mixtapes, my dance tapes for the little dance group, you know, we used to have back in the day. It's just a pioneer, but he is a pioneer in the game. You want to just give us a little insight as far as how you really got started?
Oh man, what's crazy? I'm gonna tell you something. Like my first, you know, you have moments in your life where you say that was the beginning of something.
Right. And
it's funny you mentioned high school because my come out party, so to speak, was I think it was a sock hop or a pep rally. I think it was at Banneker. I don't know who we were playing or whatever the situation was, but I think that was one of the first times I DJ as DJ Smurf in front of a group that big. And that was back in, had to be what, 89, 90? And that was kind of, but see, it's kind of twofold because on the south side, Collipark, you know, they knew I DJ, but they didn't know I was in it like they did in Decatur. Because I was with Edward J, which was one of the first mixtape crews in Atlanta. So out there, you know, it was popping. Like, you know, I made a bunch of mixtapes, and you know, everybody over there knew who Edward J was. Some people over here knew who he was, but everybody had cars back then. So it was like, you know, you couldn't move around. If you weren't on Marta back in the day, and you was in high school, you weren't moving around like that. So it's like back in when we know each other, that was like one of my first as DJ Smurf, one of my first presentations of my DJing skills to the world, in my world anyway at that time. Right. So yeah, so I started out as a DJ, most significantly with Edward J, the J Team, which started like, you know, they were responsible for some of the first people that Atlanta knew to be involved in the music industry. Affiliated was MC Shy D, who was one of the first national rappers that I knew back in the day, and Success and Effect, who had rolled it up, my homeboy DJ Man, DJ Lynn, Kizzy Rock, myself, Player Poncho. There's just a lot of people who came through Edward J. This was before Jelly, before DJ Drama, before all of that. I was like second generation of the J Team. DJ Man, who was the DJ for MC Shy D, as well as Success and Effect, DJ Lynn, they were from the first generation of the team. So I go back like that. You know what I mean? I'm telling my age right now, but when you hear Mr. Collipark, you really got to know why, you know, people, it's kind of like, I do fun music, but I come from that. Like, we come from doing, like, it was bass music back in the day. That's all it was. Like, you know, it wasn't, you know, you had people doing all kind of rap, but it was all, most of it was generated around fun music because it was the early days of hip hop. You know, so Shy D made party records. Success and Effect made party records. They had conscious records also, but it was still grounded in fun music. So that's where I come from, and that's why my label is called Collipark, because I'm gonna always keep that element in my music. Always. I don't care if I sign somebody from New York City. If he ain't jamming, like, you gotta be jamming. Like, coming from down here, I don't care what, you could be spitting gospel rap. If you ain't jamming, you can't be on College Park. You know, that all my artists jamming, from Yin Yang, you know, everybody who I've executive produced, Hurricane Chris, VIC, he's from College Park. But you know, if you ain't jamming, that's just, you know, that element of music has always got to be present, where I'm concerned. So I started out DJing for MC, well, mixtape DJ. Then I started doing the mixtapes. Then I went and started DJing for Shy D. That's what it was. And then just from there, I progressed into being a rapper, which I never really considered myself a rapper, but it was just the money and the opportunity was there for me to do that. And so I made like 4 solo albums. A lot of people don't know that. You know, I was one of the first artists to be on BET with a video called Ooh Lord, from the South, like indie. Ichiban was like the only indie, you know, it was everything to us down here around that time. But back in '95, Ooh Lord was on BET Rap City, which was huge back then for us. A lot of people don't know that. But my career has just been a progression of learning and reinvention, from the DJ to the artist to the producer. I always did my own beats, just because, and that's another reason why I named my label College Park, because I got into the record company aspect of it because the companies that I was signed to didn't know how to present and market my music. You know, and really that's the only reason I started doing it myself. I was like, man, you know, at a point as an artist, when I saw that I had better relationships with DJs than the people who worked for Ichiban did, I was like, well, I can do this myself. And that's kind of how I rolled into, you know, doing the record company thing, and even the art, the type of music that I present to the game. When we present it, people don't understand it in the beginning. All the way from Yin Yang Twins, you know, at that time I remember very clearly that Gangsta, the whole No Limit. I mean, you go in somebody's CD stash and they had 20 pages of No Limit. That's what was going on at the time. Then here we come with these 2 cats singing about strip clubs, which was the life down here. It has always been a very intricate part of how we get down in Atlanta, but we did what we knew. Yeah. But at the time, it was coming from the left. What's a white twerk? What is that? You know, but we got up in there and marketed through the strip clubs and all that, and that's how that blew. I couldn't have took that to somebody else who didn't know at the time how this works down here. You know, even from the Soulja Boy, you know, just knowing how these, you know, how to move around with the kids and all that in the South. They get down different in the South than they do in New York or LA. And you have to present that music in a way that makes sense at home before it can be presented to the world. And, you know, you have to do that. Even Hurricane, like when we found Hurricane, you know, we had to present that music. It was different because he was from Louisiana, but it was still Southern music. But you had to go. I had to go to Shreveport and see how they got down to Shreveport, and to try to understand that DJ Bebe was the real driving force behind that record, and it was just a whole hip hop scene in Louisiana. Like, these labels don't take time out to really get in the trenches and understand what makes, you know, it's still hip. It's no different from like the early days of hip hop for me. Because when you're doing something that you love, when you're doing the type of music that you love, as opposed to following trends, that's why I've never been successful at doing street rap. You know, because that's not where I come from. It's not what I do. Do I like it? Yeah. But, you know, if I'm going to be involved and work something and for it to have a good shot of being a success with College Park, I got to know what it is and feel it. You know, so.
I put my team on.